Hi there guys, Tom Quayle here. Hope you're all doing very well as ever. We've got a really exciting announcement today. We've just released a big update for Solo version 2. So for our iOS, Mac, Apple Silicon users and for our iPadOS users, we've just released this new update, which has got a couple of features in it. One in particular that has been requested so many times, it's kind of insane. So we finally implemented this feature. It's our first in-app purchase. We've released 4 years worth of free updates for you guys. So this is our first in-app purchase. And this is to give you the ability to create custom chord progressions for use within the Changes trainer. So you guys can now input your own chord progressions to practice with. And again, this is something you guys have requested over and over again. So we finally caved and we've put it in. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So in this video, what I want to do is show you how this works, show you some of the features that are on offer, what the interface is and how to use it. Now, if you are very interested in this and you've got Solo already, you can actually tap the help icon just here, the question mark, scroll up and that will take you to a video which is going to show you in depth over 20 minutes of tuition to show you how to use the custom chord progressions feature in depth. So of course you can go and check that out. In this video I want to give you an overview, so we'll do that in a second. Just a couple of other things. We've also added the ability to switch to input 2 on your audio interface. Now the reason we've done this, again, many requests for this. If you've got an audio interface where you can't plug your guitar into input 1 because it's just an XLR as opposed to a jack socket, you can now plug into input 2 and select that in the settings section of the app. So that's really useful. The other thing we've added is 6-string bass as well as an instrument option for you guys, again, who've been requesting that. So all the fretboards and the algorithm for the note recognition now are updated to work with 6-string bass. So without further ado, let's dive into Solo in the Changes trainer and I'll show you the new custom chord progressions feature. So within Solo, you will find the custom chord progressions section within the Changes trainer. So make sure you're on the Changes trainer tab as opposed to the intervals or notes or scale trainer. Tap on the Changes trainer and then if you hit the chords option up here, you'll see a new addition here, which is this plus option. Tapping on the plus option will allow you to edit a custom chord progression, in which case you can create custom chord progressions. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to name the chord progression. I'm just going to call this Tom 1 because I can't think of anything more interesting right now, and then choose the key. So here, when I choose the key, basically this is going to allow me to make sure that when I use the transpose option within the Changes trainer, it's going to transpose all the chords correctly. So for now, I'm just going to leave that at default at C major. So the next thing we're going to want to do is to tap on the plus button here. And this is going to take us into our keyboard screen here that allows us to input chords. You can see the root notes on the left, including sharps and flats, and a slash, which we'll come to later. And then all of our different chord qualities or extensions or whatever we need to use on the right-hand side here. And we've designed this keyboard so that you can't input incorrect or nonsense chords. You can only input things that Solo will understand. So at the top here, you can see a number 1. That's our first chord. We don't worry about bars or beats or time signatures because Solo is not interested in those things. It's only interested in the chord progression, so it can present to you one chord after the other with the intervals that you choose within the level within the Changes trainer. So if we want to start inputting some chords, let's say I wanted to put in a C major 7. I tap C and then all of my available options that remain light up. So in this case, I can use major and then 7. There's my C major 7, you can see it at the top here. If I wanted to add extensions in, you can see I've got the possibility of a sharp 5, a flat 6, a sharp 9 and a sharp 11. Let's leave those for now. And I've got a couple of options here. I can add another chord or I can close if I've finished entering my chords. What I'm going to do is add another chord. And you'll see that we've got a second line now with a number 2 and the keyboard is reset back to the root notes. Let's say I wanted to enter A minor 7, A, M, 7. Now at any point while I'm inputting, I can press the delete key to go back a step. And let's say I wanted instead to put A minor 11. So I can do that. And again, I can add another chord. Now I can come through and I can say, all right, let's do E, 7, and let's do sharp 9. There we go. Add another chord. I'm going to put one more chord in. I'm going to put, in this case, a D flat. So D, then I select flat, 7, sharp 11. Now I've finished entering my chords, let's say, so I've done everything I need to do. If I hit close, there's my chord progression with my name above, then the key, and then my chords. Now on the right-hand side, you will see that Solo has automatically selected some scales on the right-hand side that it's associated with those chords. Now the reason it does this is so that it can present to you intervals that fit with each of these chords. Now for guys who don't have a lot of music theory, what Solo is going to do is it's going to select a scale which is guaranteed to give you the correct chord tones for any chord that's going to show up within your progression. For you guys who are more advanced players, you can actually override Solo's default decisions. Solo is not necessarily looking at the key and choosing the correct scale for the key. We might implement that in the future, but it's a very complicated thing to do if you're looking at complex jazz harmony. So instead, what you can do, if you're more advanced, you could say, well, I know that this A minor 11 in the key is chord 6 in the key. It's the second chord in our progression, but it's chord 6 in the key. And I know that instead of Dorian, if I tap on this scale here, I actually want the Aeolian mode. Okay. Now again, for you guys who are not so advanced, you don't need to worry about that, but it allows you to customize things. So you might, for instance, want your C major 7 to be Lydian. And when you tap on this screen, what Solo is going to do is it's going to give you all of the available options for that particular chord type. And it's intelligent enough to understand which scales fit with which chords. So you can customize your scale associations with each of the chords that you're inputting. So in this case, I've customized my chord progression, I've typed it in, and I've customized my scales. Again, you less advanced users, just ignore that. Now if I hit done, Solo has actually incorporated that chord progression. You can see at the bottom here, it shows up at the bottom of the screen. It's saved it, and we've got this custom name next to it. If I now tap on it, it's been selected within the changes trainer, and I can come in as usual and use it like any other progression within Solo. So I can say, okay, I want to work on my, let's say, root 3rd, 5th, 7th root, and I start my progression, and then Solo is listening out for those intervals for my new custom chord progression. Really straightforward and simple. Okay, so a couple of other things. You can obviously, with this particular chord progression, change the key. So if I want to change it to F major, I've now got a new chord progression that's transposed to the new key. So all of the custom chord progressions work exactly like the standard chord progressions built into Solo. All of the levels are compatible. If I now tap on here again, there's a couple of other features that we've incorporated that you might find really useful, as well as only being able to create your own chord progressions. You can see here I've got 500 miles high copy, and that's listed as a custom chord progression. Well, in this case, what I've done is I've duplicated that chord progression so I can create an alternative version of it. I might want to change some of the chords. I might want to add another section, for example. So let's say I wanted to create a copy of A Child is Born. If I swipe from right to left, we get this duplicate function. Tap on it, and Solo, oh, there we go. It's created A Child is Born copy. Now this I can now swipe from right to left on, and any custom chord progression will present you with these 4 options. We have duplicate again. So you could, if you wanted to, create lots of duplicates. You could also export to share with somebody else. So you can export, again, check out the full tutorial within the app. I'll show you that at the end so that you can check out all of these functions. You can delete your custom chord progression. And then really importantly on the end, we have this pencil icon. Tap that, and it enables you to edit the chord progression. So we've got all of the chords here that David Beebee and I put in for the original version of A Child is Born within Solo. And you can change any of these chords, tap on a chord, and you can edit it. Let's say you want to change this to B flat major 9 or do a completely new chord. You could completely substitute that chord for something else. You could change it for whatever you want. If you hit cancel, you come out of that editing mode and you're back to your original chord progression. You can also, if you tap and hold on a chord, you can move its position within the chord progression. So now the A minor 7 has updated to be the second chord within the progression. So if you need to move chords around, you just tap, as I say, and drag, and that chord will update to its new position. Give it a second to figure it out, and there we go. Again, you could edit any of the associated scales that fit with these chords if you're a more advanced user. If there's only one option, you'll only see one option. but most chords enable you to have multiple options for scales to customize what's going to show up in the changes trainer when you use levels that have slightly more advanced intervals within them. Deleting a chord is really straightforward and simple. If you hit the minus icon here, you will see the delete option. Hit delete, and it's automatically deleted from your chord progression, and all the other chords update to reflect this. So it's really easy to add and remove chords from the progression. Again, just to reiterate, at any point if you've made a mistake and you've deleted a chord that you didn't want to, just hit cancel and all of your changes are gone. To save your chord progression, you just hit done and that's it. So make your edits, anything you want to do, delete chords, add chords, change the scales, whatever you want to do, and then hit done, and it's automatically saved into your library. Now, as far as a library feature goes, if you've got a lot of custom chord progressions that you want to manipulate or work with, we've added this new custom button up here, which enables you to tap and only see your custom chord progressions within the list. So you can always find the progressions that you've created and very easily work with them without having to search for them or scroll through the list. And of course, the search features also work, and custom chord progressions can also be favorited just like standard chord progressions within the app. So there we have it, guys. That is the custom chord progressions update for Solo for our iOS, iPadOS and macOS users. Hope you find that really exciting and interesting, and it will give you tons of new ways to practice using Solo. Of course, you can contact us using the links within the app or on our website, which I will link down below for support. If you've got any questions, make sure you watch that help video as well. Now, if you want to take your fretboard visualization to the next level, make sure you check also the Ultimate Fretboard Visualization Tutorial, our course that David Beebee and I have put together. That's linked down below and utilizes Solo version 2 for iPad and iOS and macOS to really propel your fretboard knowledge to the next level. It's a fantastic course. We're offering currently $50 off that course using the code CUSTOMCP, custom chord progressions, but custom CP. Use that code at checkout. That will get you $50 off the course. Of course, you can check out all of my material as well on my website. Go to tomquayle.co.uk. Again, links down below. Check out all of my lessons on legato, improvisation, music theory, all of that good stuff. And if you want to support me, make sure you click the like and subscribe down below. Lots of you guys who watch this channel are not subscribed, so it would be great if you could hit that subscribe button. That really helps out the channel. All right, guys, my name's Tom Quayle. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy this brand new feature for Solo, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.